it's Janice Tuck here, and today I want to share with you a fun idea for inspiring middle school music students about music theory. Now this is from our very popular interactive music theory curriculum, which is a complete set of lessons for middle school or junior high, where the teacher has a whiteboard presentation to go along with good old-fashioned student workbook. A workbook, you say? Now can't they just use an iPad? Well, I'm going to tell you where I stand on this. And my stance on this is that absolutely not. But I want you to hear me out here because this is why I would think such a thing. Now don't get me wrong, iPads do have their place, I believe, but I do also firmly believe it's not in the fundamental learning stage when we're teaching students the basics. Now there is so much research coming out which clearly backs me up on this, and it shows that if you want students to actually retain knowledge and therefore make them more successful learners, then there is still nothing better than actually writing it. The other piece of information I find interesting is that students learn more when they're active in their learning, and that is why I think that the combination of a workbook that students write in and the interactive whiteboard in the classroom where students actively participate by drawing and playing games is just so powerful. Anyway, I want to show you today how the workbook, or in this case the worksheet, and the interactive whiteboard can work together. Now I'm only showing you a brief, tiny little segment of the lesson. Each lesson of this program has about 15 activities in total. In this part of the lesson, the students are learning the basics. And they're learning the basics of measures and bar lines, so you can prompt them here to say, now, to make it easier to read, music is structured into, and yes, yep, the answer is measures. Now that is, of course, if you're in the US or if you prefer that term. Now if you've chosen the European version, it'll go, music is structured into, and yes, the answer is bars. As far as I'm aware, we are one of the only companies who supply both American and European language styles with all of our music theory products. This means that you can teach the way you want to teach, and you use the language that your students are the most familiar with. This is really easy to use, and you've got all the answers built in using the Erase to Reveal feature. Now, of course, then we go on to some exercises, and these match the student worksheet or the page from the student workbook as indicated on the top right of the screen. After the worksheet page is complete, then there is a little quiz game where they are consolidating their knowledge of things that they had learned in the lesson, and then an extension worksheet, which is actually a find a word, which you can do all together, or you can leave it to the ones who have completed the other work first. So I do hope you found this lesson segment useful, and once again, remember this is just a tiny segment of one entire lesson from level 1 of the interactive music theory programs. The complete program has 4 full levels covering everything from basic note naming right through to 4-part harmony writing.